yes, I thought, well, they'll just hear. There we go. Good morning, everybody, and welcome
Good morning,
everybody online. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Joanne McGuire, and I'm the platform host along here with Reverend David. It's good to be here.
And I'm very happy to have you here today with us also.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah. So, whatever your faith background, your race, your gender, your sexual orientation, age, or ability, you're welcome here. We come together to encourage and support one another in our individual spiritual journeys. Wherever you are in that process, we're glad you joined us today.
Now I'd like to introduce our musical team here. We have vocalist Angela Chaka, close, and Emma.
Yes, we just allow ourselves to feel the presence of Spirit. We allow us to feel our connection with Spirit, our connection with each other, our connection with all of life. And because we are one with Spirit, we are always in touch with the wisdom, the guidance that we could ever need. So we open ourselves to that guidance. We open ourselves to that wisdom that lies at the very core of our being. And we connect to that peace beyond understanding that is also there at our very core, a peace beyond understanding. And we also open ourselves to joy, because joy is the nature of Spirit. And as we connect and realize our oneness with Spirit, that joy just bubbles up. So let it bubble up today, and we are grateful, and we pray this in the name of the living Christ presence, and so it is. Amen.
So I'd like to introduce our prayer chaplain for today. It's our Tim Eckert. Tim, could you raise your hand and let everybody know where you are? So I'll just let you know that Tim is available for prayer after the service upstairs in the prayer room. So just see him if you need.
And also, we do have a prayer box up here, and if you have a prayer request for either yourself or for someone else, please feel free to fill out one of these forms about your prayer request, and we will pray with you. Our prayer chaplain, we have a wonderful prayer chaplain team, and so we will get the names to them so that they can hold you in prayer during their time of prayer during the week.
And as well, we also have the 24/7 prayer support through Silent Unity. And the phone number is 1-816-969-2000.
And now it's time for our first song, so I do invite you. You can stand up and let's sing.
All right, good morning, everyone. Today, our first song is Shine Your Light, a good one. All right, hit it, Emma. Shine your light, shine your light, let your love be bold and bright, a flame that lights the darkest night. Shine your light, be the best that you can be, shine for all humanity, love your neighbor, you and me. Shine your light, shine your light, shine your light. Let your love be bold and bright, a flame that lights the job, everyone. Our next song is God is So Amazing. God is so amazing, shining through you. God is so amazing, shining through you. One look in your eyes, and you know it's true. God is so amazing, shining through you. God is so amazing, shining through me. God is so amazing, shining through me. One look in my eyes, and you can see. God is so amazing, shining through me. God is so amazing, shining through us. God is so amazing, shining through us. Your heart and my heart, it's the sweetest love. God is so amazing. God is so amazing. God is so amazing, shining through us. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So, let's see. Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor is a progressive spiritual community that emphasizes personal growth, living consciously, and making a positive difference in the world. As part of New Thought and the worldwide unity movement, we strive to be compassionate, inclusive, open-minded, service-oriented, abundant, and spirit-filled.
And unity teaches that each person is a unique individual expression of God. And our realization of that truth evolves as we expand our consciousness through prayer and meditation. So unity emphasizes that we create our experience of life according to the thoughts and the feelings that we hold in our mind. Affirmative prayer is the highest form of creative thought, while meditation stills the mind and heightens our awareness of our oneness with Spirit, with each other, and with all of our life. So living from that awareness transforms our lives and the world.
Our affirmation for June is, Christ within me gives me the gift of light. I accept and follow the guidance that comes from within. Will you please affirm that with me?
Christ within me gives me the gifts of life. I accept and follow the guidance that comes from within. And now we've got some special music. Angelica, what are you singing today?
It's very much a favorite of mine, Use Me.
Use Me.
song
Okay,
today.
great. Thank you.
No problem. me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, all in all, leading us to guide its light as me, as you. So use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. And God needs us to shine its light, and God needs us to shine its light, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Angelica.
Thanks, Emma.
That is one of your favorite songs, isn't it?
I just love it.
Emma, thank you so much. Yeah. So Emma's filling in for Mike, who's away today, and we're always glad to have you here. So thank you so much. Well, good morning. Good to see you. Good to see all of you again. It's really feels like spring now, and it's been sort of cool. I mean, it's like been. I just looked at Austin, Texas, and right now it's like 103. So I don't miss Austin, Texas right now. I never really cared that much for for Texas summers. So this has been quite wonderful to just sort of call my friends up in Texas and say, it's only 78 degrees here. So a wife yells out to her husband, she says, I'm going shopping, do you need anything? And the husband says, I'm looking for inner peace and happiness, an answer to my doubts, a sense of fulfillment, a medium through which I can transcend consciousness and reach true spirituality, calmness. And the wife interrupts and says, be specific, absolute or Smirnoff. I had second thoughts about doing that one, but anyway, it made me laugh. Absolute or Smirnoff. So, right now we are looking at Dr. Wayne Dyer's book, Your Sacred Self, Making the Decision to Be Free. For Dyer, freedom is a decision to be made each day, each moment of our life. With each decision, we choose the perspective from which we live our life. Do we live our life as a human being having a spiritual experience, or do we live our life as a spiritual being having a human experience? And Dr. Dyer says the key to our spiritual growth and any hope of eventual enlightenment is to shift the focus of our attention from that outside of us to that which is within us. And it is a change in our belief system where we stop looking out through the eyes of our ego and instead turn within and look out through the eyes of Christ. That part of us which knows the truth of who we are, that knows of our divinity. So the question and choice is, who do we identify as? Spirit or ego? So in Unity, we do believe that Jesus was not the great exception, but the great example for us. We sang earlier, use me, and us being the light. Jesus says, I am the light of the world, but at the same time, he turns around and says that you are the light of the world. Each and every one of us are meant to be the light. In John 14:12, he clearly states that the things that he did, we can do too. And he said, even greater things than these you can do. So no matter what you call it, there is only one presence and one power. Whether you call it God or divine mind or source or infinite being, there is only one. And we are connected with that. We are one with that one. So the same mind that was in Jesus Christ is in each and every one of us. In his book, Talks on Truth, co-founder Charles Fillmore defines Christ as the mind of God individualized. And he says, whoever so loses her personality as to be swallowed up in God becomes Christ Jesus, or God-man, or God-woman. The Christ within our consciousness is our true essence, is our divine divinity, our divine nature. I want to do a really quick review on last week. And last week I looked at James Clear's observations that he made in his book entitled Atomic Habits, a bestseller. He says, your identity emerges out of your habits. More precisely, your habits are how you embody your identity. When you make your bed each day, you are embodying the identity of an organized person. When you write each day, you embody the identity of a creative person. And when you train each day, you embody the identity of an athletic person. So whatever your identity is right now, you only believe it because you have proof of it. If you go to church every Sunday for 20 years, you have evidence that you're religious. If you go to the gym, even when it's snowing outside, you have evidence that you are committed to fitness. And if you go through life being at peace, being kind, loving and forgiving, being compassionate, always looking for ways to be of service, then you have evidence that you are a spiritual person. you recognize and you feel your oneness with life, your oneness with spirit, your oneness with everyone. You feel that oneness. And the more evidence you have for a belief, the more strongly you will believe that belief. This is a gradual evolution. We do not change by stamping our fingers and deciding to be something entirely new. We change bit by bit, day by day, habit by habit. So as James says, we are continually undergoing micro-revolutions of the self. I like that, micro-revolutions of the self. And we're constantly are. We're growing, we're evolving. So every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Putting this all together, you can see that habits are the path to changing your identity. The most practical way to change you, who you are, is to change what you do. In order to believe in a new identity, we have to prove it to ourselves. And we prove it by what we do. For James Clear, the key to building lasting habits is focusing on creating a new identity first. Your current behaviors are simply a reflection of your current identity. What you do now is a mirror image of the type of person that you believe that you are, either consciously or unconsciously. New identities require new evidence. If you keep casting the same votes you've always cast, you're going to get the same results that you've always had. If nothing changes, nothing is going to change. Our mission here at Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor is to inspire and empower growth, to awaken us to this powerful spiritual beings that we truly are, so that we can be transformed by claiming our Christhood, claiming our divinity, claiming our oneness with life, and living from that truth as that truth. As Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore wisely noted, the truth you know is the truth you use. Otherwise, it is only theory and has no power to change your life. The truth you know is the truth that you use, the truth that you put into action. A transformed world is only going to happen. You hear me say this all the time. A transformed world will only be brought about by a transformed people, living from their identity as divine beings, not as egos. And in order to believe in that new identity, again, we must prove it to ourselves. So today, we're beginning to look at part 2 of Dyer's book, Your Sacred Self. And part 2 is entitled The 4 Keys to Higher Awareness. And today we're looking at key number 1. And key number 1 is banish the doubt. For Dr. Dyer, we are on a sacred quest to realize our true self, our sacred self, and then to live joyously with that higher self in control, in command of our life. He believes that it is a path that we will not be able to successfully tread with an attitude of doubt. So we will need to deliberately and actively work at banishing doubt from our inner world. He says that when doubt is removed from our thoughts, it will disappear from our outer world. Spiritual teacher and writer Andrew Cohen, who I've read quite a bit of many of his books, in his book entitled Enlightenment is a Secret, Teachings of Liberation, he explains one way to get rid of doubt. And one of his students said, "I'm not clear how to get rid of doubt." And Andrew said, "By throwing it out." If you saw your child playing in the kitchen, notice that she had a bottle of rat poison in her hand, and you could see that she was about to drink it, what would you do? And the student said, "Well, I'd slap it out of her hand." And he said, "Yes, because you know how dangerous it is. When you know how dangerous doubt is, you will do the same thing." An ignorant person doesn't realize how dangerous doubt is. So they allow themselves to indulge in doubt. And by doing so, they destroy the possibility of truly waking up to the true person, the true Christ that they are. So Dyer quotes this dialogue between Andrew and the student in his book, and recommends that as we begin to banish doubt from our life, that we recall this and remember this dialogue, and recall this dialogue frequently, and remember how simple it is. When doubt shows up, cast it out. For Dyer, the presence of doubt not only inhibits your sacred quest, but can also be a destructive force in your daily existence. Doubt can stop us dead in our tracks. 7 simple words describe what is true, why this is true. As you think, so you are. As you think, so you shall be. So we do become what we think about all day. As you think, so shall you be. Don't allow your thoughts and actions to be dictated by doubt. Our third unity principle is that we create our life experiences through the quality of our thinking. Our thoughts have power. And the more we think of a certain thing, the more we are likely to bring that into existence, into our life. So don't allow your thoughts and actions to be dictated by the doubts that might be running in your mind. Don't allow that. Dyer says permitting doubt is the same as having a traitor at the helm of your life. Doubt is a traitor because it uses limitation and shortcoming to influence the course of your life. To travel the path of the sacred quest, guided by your higher self, means that you must banish doubt from your life. So the definition of doubt is to call into question the truth of something, to be uncertain, to lack confidence in something, to distrust. The Apostle James in James 1, verse 5 through 8, he said this about doubt. He said, "If any of you is lacking in wisdom, ask God, who gives to all generously and ungrudgingly." We do have to ask. Ask our higher self, and it will be given to you. But ask in faith. Ask in faith. Never doubting, for the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. For the doubter, being double-minded and unstable in every way, must not expect to receive what he asks for. The doubter, he calls a double-minded. And as Jesus clearly pointed out over and over, you cannot serve two masters. We either serve our ego or we serve our divine self. Which identity are you putting first in your life? That is the question. Keep in mind always that doubt is produced by our egos. Doubt is not a part of your higher spiritual self. Dyer says that with this awareness, you can learn to observe doubt rather than to choose to own it. You are working at knowing the knower. And the knower, the one that knows, is your higher self. Use your capacity to detach from your doubt and watch how it enters into your inner world. The observation of how doubt, then observe how doubt literally forces you to act in predetermined and limited ways. This act of observation will in itself cause doubt to dissipate, just observing it and seeing it. When doubt surfaces within you and you recognize it, you have to be willing to say, no, I no longer allow these thoughts in my life. Just like courage is not the evidence of, just like courage is not the absence of fear, but the faith to move through it, trust is not the absence of doubt, but the faith to encounter doubt with great courage and love, and then move through it. So keep in mind always that doubt is a mental experience. If you want a thought to disappear, you can very simply send it away in this moment. You have that power. You do. You have that power. And like all of our powers, the more you use it, the more it grows, the stronger you become as a spiritual person. And just as you can refuse to think an unpleasant thought in any moment because you are in charge of your thoughts, so can doubt be eradicated when it shows up. The French playwright and author Honoré de Balzac wisely noted that when you doubt your power, you give power to your doubt. When you doubt your power, you give power to your doubt. So begin to change the vocabulary that you use to describe yourself and your expectations. Rather than using words that reflect your doubt, shift to words that indicate you know your knowing and your faith. Catch yourself when you use such words and phrases as maybe, possibly, God willing, if I'm lucky, perhaps, no one knows. Start using words and phrases such as certainly, absolutely, I know I can do it. When you use words and phrases that reflect an absence of doubt, you will conduct your life the same way. Your actions will follow what you say, and what you say follows what your inner world is. To banish your doubt, Dyer says to make a decision that you are going to meet the invisible God within, the loving presence, so that you will know her. This means being willing to spend time in the inner silence of your being. Create the time and the space for quieting and listening. Do nothing else but do this daily. As I bring this talk to a close, I want to share one more quote. And this is from the spiritual Zen teacher, Adyashanti, who lives on the West Coast in the Bay Area. I love Adyashanti, and you've heard me quote him many times before. And this is what he says: when in doubt, simply be still. Stop, breathe, inwardly listen. Simply be still. Stop. Breathe. Inwardly listen. And repeat this many times during every day. Being still and quiet is the ultimate spiritual experience. Let's prepare for our meditation. So right now we're going to sing I Am So Blessed. And I invite you to sing that as we prepare for our meditation by quieting our mind, by stilling our bodies, as we get comfortable in our seat, as we prepare for our meditation. Let us sing I Am So Blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So my friends, we are so very blessed. So we just allow ourselves to rest in our seats and open our hearts and minds to the truth of who we are. We just rest in that truth, allowing ourselves to feel the presence of Spirit that we live and move and have our being in. And we remember the words of Jesus, who said that you are the light of the world. We are meant to be a blessing to the world. We are meant to be of service in this world. We are meant to allow our light to shine through acts of kindness and acts of love, of acts of generosity, acts of all different kinds of service. So today we just open our hearts and minds to be receptive to the guidance that is always here for us. That one presence and one power, that one mind that was in Jesus Christ is in each and every one of us. We have access to all of the wisdom, all of the guidance that we could ever ask for, that we could ever need. So I invite you to just fully open your heart and mind to that wisdom that lies within you, at the very center of your being. And if you find your mind not at rest, that peace of mind, that peace beyond understanding lies within the very core of your being, and you can tap into that at any time. So if you find yourself, your mind not resting but busy, just tap into that peace beyond understanding that is at your very core of your being. So we do that right now, just opening our hearts and opening our minds to the presence, to the peace, to the love of Spirit. And in this peace and in this love, let us just take just a little while and rest in the silence. So we bring our attention back to this time, to this space in this room, with open hearts and open minds, and a feeling of great gratitude for all of our rich blessings. And we are indeed blessed. We are grateful. And so let's sing one more time, or maybe a couple of verses of I Am So Blessed, and just allow yourselves to feel the gratitude for all of your rich blessings.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And my friends, we truly are so very blessed. And so at this time, I would like, if anybody has any questions or any comments, I always like to give an opportunity for any questions or comments or clarifications. And if you do have something to say, or if you're online, you can also do in the chat box, and we'll see if we can answer your question. Anyone have a question? Anyone have a comment? Yes.
I have a question.
You have a question.
You know the quote that you had by the person from San Francisco, I breathe, I relax.
Yes,
I
the
listen
Adyashanti.
inwardly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That, it's very interesting to me because it is so true. Our minds are so busy and active. So it's this constant, not constant, I don't want to say constant, but conscious awareness of that ability and to like actually make that a habit, to stop, breathe, and listen. Because I know for me, my mind is just constantly going if I'm not stopping, relaxing, and listening. So I just wanted to say I appreciated that.
Well, thank you. And that is, for people are always asking me, how can I, calm my mind? It's, I've got one of these monkey minds. It's just going from one thought to another, to another, to another. How do I calm it down? And really, I mean, this isn't my advice. This is from spiritual teachers from Buddhism to Hinduism to Christian mystics, and that is just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and breathe. Bring your attention to your breath. Our mind can't do two things at the same time. So just breathing and focusing on the breath, and maybe even counting, each breath. 1 as you breathe in, 2 as you breathe out, 3 as you breathe in. Slowly, when you do that, you are automatically bringing your mind to rest. And it's one of the simplest.
And very, very important practice as far as quieting the mind.
Right. Any other questions? Yes, Bobby Joe. I'll let her come over so I can hear you. Oh, we've got one over here. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you over there. Hi, Carol Ann.
Hello.
Hi.
I just wanted to say that I found when I did the class on the presence process with Michael,
Yes.
that I learned, and I do this every morning now, I say, I am here now in this. And it's amazing how it just stills everything, and then you can go on if you want to just be in the space.
So the presence process, we had a class like a couple of years ago, it was, before the pandemic, and it's essentially sort of a little chant. And tell me what it is again. I am here now in this. Right. I am here now in this. And just over and over, I am here now in this. There's, with your breath. I am here now in this. In and out. Again, it's a relaxation, it's an in, it's an out. It's bringing your attention to this present moment right here, right now. Hi, Joe, Bobby Joe. I can't hear you, Bobby Joe. Speak a little bit louder.
Okay. I got a surprise this week from Monica John. She's in the hospital.
Yes.
Could prayer chaplains and everybody here pray for her, please?
Yes,
'Cause
absolutely.
she's
Yes.
very
She is.
precious
She
to
is out of
us.
the hospital now.
Is
I believe so.
Good.
Yeah. So anyway,
Thank
yeah.
you, Lord.
She had a little scare there and was in the hospital. She is our head prayer chaplain, and so we knew about it, and the prayer chaplains were definitely holding her in prayer and continue to hold her in prayer for her speedy recovery. Yeah. Okay.
So
One more question. Anybody else?
I have a comment.
Oh, you do?
So just because we're talking about little strategies to relax and stuff, but I have a strategy for doubts.
Oh, okay.
So, sometimes, the doubts can feel real heavy and you beat up on yourself for having it. And, you do what you do with it. But one of the things that I've learned is that I exaggerate the doubt. So let's say I'm trying to create something and I just get really sleepy and I don't want to do it. And it's like, I just exaggerate being sleepy. Things like that. So what it does, though, is it breaks up the intensity of how we feel about the doubt, like there's something terribly wrong with us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just a silly example, but there's just all kinds of things. Like if I get to thinking too much, I just do this thing like thinking, like a little robot. Because I just find that when I laugh at my doubts and make fun of them, they just seem to dissipate quickly. So I just wanted to offer that as a strategy for dealing with doubts.
Thank you. Yeah,
Sure.
thank you for that. Yeah. Laughter is a wonderful medicine, is it not? Mm-hmm. Is it not? If we can laugh at ourselves, oh my gosh, that is freeing in itself, just to be able to laugh at yourself.
It
I laugh at
truly
myself
is.
all the time.
So thank you for that message today. It was really great. Thank you for your questions or comments, because that helps us all to kind of keep
It does.
connecting and growing together. Now I have to find out where I am on my list. Okay, so now we're going to go over our mission and statement of being and our vision. I'll just think.
Okay.
you
So,
for your-
Joanne, go ahead and.
Okay. So, I was trying to do this thing with my iPad and the script on black and white, and my iPad stopped. It's a work in progress.
That happens when you try something new.
That multitasking thing gets to be a little challenging. Okay, so we have a global vision. And will you please speak it with me? It's up here on the board. Our vision is a world
powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And our mission, we have a sacred mission, and will you say that with me? We inspire and empower spiritual growth to awaken us and transform the world.
And we also have a statement of being. And we have a personal statement of being. Will you please say that with me?
I am a dynamic center of the Christ light, mighty to unfold my good and radiate that good to all. So we have a few announcements and to let you know about. So we have a lot going on. If you can check our newsletter if you're on our mailing list. If not, please make sure you get on it. And also we have our Unity website, which has a calendar with everything going on. So check that out.
Yep. And the final class of Strengthen Your Spiritual Muscle with Mariette is canceled today, and it's been rescheduled for July 3rd.
And that's going to be on forgiveness, by the way. So if anybody's having issues with forgiveness, this is a special class on forgiveness. And Mariette is our licensed Unity teacher, and she's really a great teacher, and you would very much enjoy one of her classes. So I will be away next week. It's the Unity convention, and I'm going to be in Unity Village for a week. It's actually the opening night's in Unity Village, and then it goes over to Overland Park, Kansas, to the Marriott there, because they have a large convention center, and we don't have a big enough convention center at Unity Village to handle all of the people that come in from all over the world for our Unity convention. So I will be, next week, we will be doing, having a guest speaker, and
Sue Jeanette.
Yes, Sue Jeanette.
Sue Jeanette will be here next
and
week.
Her title is The Power of Courage.
The Power of Courage.
She'll be our guest speaker next week. And again, because I will be away next week, and also because Monica has been in the hospital, we're not going to have our Wednesday night meditation service, because usually either Monica or I would be taking care of that. So we're going to postpone the meditation service this Wednesday.
Okay. I just want to remind you all that Tim Eckert is available for prayer directly after the service. Thank you, Tim.
And he will be available in our prayer chapel upstairs. So again, thank you all for being here. So grateful to have you here. So good to see all of you. We do invite you for fellowship afterwards. We have food upstairs, and coffee and tea. So we invite you to come and join us and have just enjoy. Let us enjoy your company.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all of our classes, programs, services are made possible by your generous donations. Our heartfelt thanks for your continuous support. We've created many easy ways to donate, which you can find on our website. And for those of you here today at our live service, for safety concerns, we will not be passing an offering basket, but we do have the love offering box at the front by the door there. And you can just fill out an envelope, put your money in it, whatever, and then just drop it in the box. And again, we just thank you and bless you and appreciate your generous donations.
Yes, very much. Thank you so much for your generous donations. You are the ones that make this all possible, so thank you very much. So now we're going to invite you to stand up, and we're going to do our love offering prayer, which Joanne is going to lead us with, and then we'll sing the peace song, and then we will close with the power, the prayer for protection.
So with a great deal of intention, divine love in me
In
and through me,
blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family
you, everybody.